Okay, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS. Okay, and salutation and peace and much blessings to you, hopeful elect fellow laborers that are faith-based, that are filling up the highways and the byways, sacrificing themselves for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Sacrificing themselves so we can begin to receive our inheritance, the kingdom of righteousness, the kingdom of heaven. All right, what I have here is the earth starting to speak, and the fishes and the wilds and the beasts are beginning to speak more and more. Because out in Spain, the waters out there near Spain, these killer whales are attacking ships. Ain't no Jake's got no ships unless it's some rich celebrity or athlete. They're attacking sailboats and, just attacking boats in general that are in these waters. And all this is just the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Starting to visit the world, like the scripture says, starting to visit the world which he made. Which, here, Second Ezra's, is that 6 or, no, it's Second Ezra's 9. Read it real quick. This is beautiful. And these things like this, these little examples like this, is just going to get worse and worse as we're going to witness. And what I mean by that, and where I get that from, I get it from one of the main books, a couple of scriptures in Job, which is coming to mind, which, let me get that later. It says this, then thou shalt understand that it is, Second Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And here we are. And here we go. Just an example of him starting to visit the world which he made. Couple of amazing videos that I got here downloaded. But again, let me go back to the scriptures. Like I said, I gave mention to the book of Job. I'm going to come back to the video and let's play the video, but let me go to the video here. Job, the 12th chapter. Job 12:3, but I understand as well as you, I am not inferior to you, yea, who know not such things as thee. I am as one mocked of his neighbor, who calleth upon the Most High, and he answered him. The just upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamb despised, and the thought of him that is at ease. The tabernacle of robbers prosper. Here we go. The tabernacle of robbers prosper, and they that provoke the Most High are secure. And that security is being slowly taken away with these Edomites being secured. The Most High is starting to hit them where it hurts. And what they love more than anything is their money. Well, anyway, he's starting to hurt them with it. He's starting to hit them where it hurts the most. Their security, And whatever parts they want to consider secure, living on their islands and living in the rural parts of this world, and especially living in those rural parts of this world. What's out in those rural parts of this world is a lot of those wild beasts that we're going to go into. Okay, so it says God is the Most High, into whose hand the Most High bringeth abundantly. But ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. And we're seeing nothing but examples of that. How Esau is just totally just, if he can't find it, he'll make up a lie and say it's extinct. But hell, how does it get to that point if these devils aren't just out slaughtering anything and every goddamn thing that you can see? But fowls of the air. Thousands and thousands of birds falling from the skies. For what? For what? Who knows what this goddamn devil is doing? Well, you know he's doing iniquity. Okay, so verse 8, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. You see, who knoweth not in all things that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? Now let's go to the video here. It should start immediately as soon as I click on it. So I'm going to come back to a couple other scriptures and then I'll close.
Be targeting boats in Europe.
And remember, it's the hands. This is all because of the hands of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that these things are happening. Again, it's going to get far worse. You know, let me say this. What's coming, especially by the works of the Lord, by using these beasts and animals and whatever, it's unimaginable. It's unimaginable. It's something that you can't even imagine, that all of the Lord's creations is going to turn against the wicked. All of the Lord's creations, you know? So let me play this.
Attacking them and even managing to sink 3. Our foreign correspondent, James Longman, had the story and what scientists think could be behind it. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, Michael. Well, we call them killer whales, even though for the most part they're pretty harmless. But there have now been a series of orca attacks on boats in European waters. And they seem to be learning this aggressive behavior from one whale in particular. And her name is Gladys. This morning, the
These devils is crazy. Like they got it down so much to a science that they pinpointed which whale did it. It's teaching. Devils is crazy, man. It's crazy. And they had the nerve to call these whales, these killer whales, they call them harmless.
Behavior of one of the ocean's largest apex predators, orca whales. Popularly known as killer whales, have scientists and sailors on high alert.
Banging on our boat.
They may just be playing with us, but for sure they're going to damage the boat.
That sound, a pod of whales ramming into a yacht. Starting in 2020, a series of increasingly aggressive encounters off the Iberian coast has left scores of boats damaged. 3 of them sunk to the ocean floor. You're looking at the last moments this Swiss luxury sailboat saw the surface. Just this month, the vessel was battered by a pod of killer whales in the Strait of Gibraltar. With the ship taking on heavy water, the crew called for help and abandoned ship. Marine scientists in Spain studying the phenomenon are now suggesting it could be a response to trauma, a kind of killer whale revenge for pain suffered from a collision with a boat or getting wounded by commercial fishing lines.
Every day we are thinking more and more in one of our hypotheses, that is that one orca suffered a traumatic event, and a female orca, and she only wanted to stop these boats. And right now, this behavior is spreading.
Researchers have named that female orca Gladys Blanca and believe fellow whales have adopted her aggressive behavior. The critically endangered regional subpopulation numbers fewer than 40 whales, but they pose a significant danger to ocean goers like Greg Blackburn, navigating choppy waters just this month. He was forced to hold out for over an hour as the whales targeted his boat.
The noises they were making that filled the boat twisting, the power that these creatures possess, it's incredible.
Take a look at this older orca and calf, who take turns slamming the hull and charging the rudder, the boat limping back to port with the heavy-duty hull chains completely snapped.
So you can definitely see an element of education going on. It's definitely teaching, which is quite unnerving as a sailor to see the next generation now is learning. It's obviously going to be a continued habit or pattern within this pod.
Sailors are now monitoring whale activity before they set sail in order to avoid these encounters. But that, of course, is not foolproof. Maybe this is just a lesson about humans and our impact on nature. Guys.
He's right. He's correct. But it's the result of Esau's direct behavior on nature. That's exactly what it is. So what I was giving reference to, how we're going to be good, because again, it's the Spirit of the Lord that's causing these things to happen. That's all it is, just the Spirit of the Lord that it says here in Job 5:22, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee. So all this is just another example of the Lord is of starting to visit the world which he made. All right. And again, the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. I understand that. Angry with the wicked every day. So again, for speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee, who knoweth not in all these, that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this. Beautiful scripture, man. Beautiful scripture. Let me get another one here. Okay, this is beautiful. I love seeing things like this. You know, I love seeing things like this. And this isn't just some random acts, which, you know, some random behavior. No, this, again, keep your eye on these things. You know, it's the Lord's vengeance. You know, it's just showing you how this devil has always been exactly what he was, a devil, man. A damn devil. Destroying, killing, you know, just killing beasts and killing the wildlife, killing just to kill. You know, like the scripture said, the devil come up not but to steal, kill, and to destroy. Simple as that. All right. Oh, you know what? Something is popping in my mind. And why, you know, the Lord has to be angry with these devils. Look at this here. Let me see if I can find it. I know I had it under my bookmarks. Let me see if I can find it. No, I'm gonna have to just look it up. There's some stuff on here. Let me just. This spirit gave it to me quick. Look at this. Look at this. What's causing the worst die-off of manatees? Manatee, man. Manatees. Starvation from Florida ecosystem collapse. This is the hands of the devil. Manatee deaths reported in the past half century, including nearly 5,000 from boat strikes, water structures, and red tides. Across the span of mortalities tied to human activity, Edomite activity. There has never been a die-off of gruesome as from December through May, when 677 carcasses were counted along Florida's east coast. Half were on Brevard County's portion of the Indian River, a coastal lagoon, and biological collapse from pollution. All the hands of the devil, all the hands of these Edomites, man. This is his society. This is his world that he created. You know, a world of death. Period. So this is all what's going. The Lord's turning his spirit against these devils. Period. He's turning his creations against these devils. And believe me, when the time comes, again, like I said, what's coming it's unimaginable. You know? This devil's not going to stop until he done killed everything off. Because if he can't have the kingdom, he's going to take his ultimate goal is just to simply take everything out with him. Period. Period. So let's read this here. This is Sirach 39. Let's start at 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour and wheat, honey and milk, and the blood of grapes, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners they are turned into evil. Isn't that wild? You know? That's why you've witnessed a whole lot of the ungodly dying off from eating a lot of the GMO foods and so on and so on. You know? A lot of these things, the ungodly, which have no filter or they don't have the ability to govern themselves and their families, so they overeat and you know they overdrink and alcohol and drugs and so on. So these things are pretty much turned to evil, as the scripture says. So it says, all these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners that are turned into evil, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sour strokes, in the time of destruction they pour out their fierce force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents, and a sword punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Therefore, from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things, and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season. And here we go. So that, amen, can I say this is worse than that, for in time they shall all be well approved, and therefore praise ye the Lord Yahweh with the whole heart and mouth, and bless the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Turning against the wicked, man. Turning against the wicked. You know, and that's part of our reward, witnessing how he's going to do these things. Man, the things we're about to witness, sit back like, damn. You know, like, damn. Woo. Yeah, he's about to work his miracles. A lot of these deaths is going to be perfect examples. You know, how he got the things he got planned on, how he's about to take a lot of these devils out, and a lot of the ungodly sinners, which is 2/3. Oh man. Let me go to Wisdom of Solomon. And there's a couple more. Manatee says, harmless a manatee. A manatee. Who in their right mind want to bring harm to a manatee? I'm not sure if this is the correct scripture, but I'll find it. It's in Jeremiah 15, though. Yes, said the Lord unto me, though Moses and several stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus said the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said the Lord Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. A nightmare. A nightmare. So y'all continue on your wicked ways. You know, y'all continue on with your foul acts of adultery. You know, you foul ass men and women of Israel. You know, continue on your wickedness. You know, continue on eating your pork your pork chop sandwiches. You know, and your what do they call that skin? Your pig skin, or oh man, some crunchy pig skin that they eat. Continue on with your ham. Continue on being pagans. You know, y'all sure I got a trick bag for you. Grab another one here. I thought it was my Solomon Hill. Manatees. I'm just still tripping off of that. Manatees, man. A massive die-off of manatees. They're told so you can swim with manatees. They're harmless. Okay, let me see if I can find this one here. Psalm 11. But for the foolish devices of their wickedness wherewith being deceived, they worship certain voids of reasons. And vile beasts, thou didst send a multitude of unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance, that they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. So it's going to get to a point, it's going to be no escape for these devils. For the almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, when it not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created. Man, like I said, what we're about to witness is a blessing itself. Lord willing, we're those men that's going to make it through this, and women and children, breathing out either a fiery vapor, newly created though, breathing out either a fiery vapor, and we already know that's Leviathan, or filthy scent of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. And again, with this spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, when it turns to full blast, that you gotta put into the equation the different spirits that are coming here, like demons as well. I always make the statement that that day's coming where these evil spirits are going to appear. Like people be seeing these things waking up in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden they're not there. But that day's coming where these things are going to appear and not leave. Like the scripture said, they're coming to appease him that made them. Whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroyed them. So they're going about to witness, before they're taken out, horrible sights. They're going to be terrified, before they're taken out, because they're about to meet the king of terrors. They have no respect for life. They have no respect for order. So all this is justified. All the works that the Lord is about to do upon this earth, bring upon this world, man, into this earth, is justified in all it's doing. So there's going to be no escape for these devils. No escape. What was that scripture as though a serpent bit him on the hand? What? Amos 5. Unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, showing you that the beasts of the fields and the serpents and the creatures in the sea, is telling you that the spirit that these things are going to have on them is to destroy the ungodly and the wicked, And like it's explaining and giving you an example that there's going to be no escape. It's going to be impossible. Like it says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall to get some rest, like, I made it, and a serpent bit him. And that's what's coming. An impossible situation is coming upon this world. An impossible situation where the only way you're going to escape, or anyone is going to escape, which is that elect, is only because the Lord is protecting them. That's the only way. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? And that's what's coming. So I'm gonna play a couple more of these videos, and then I'm gonna close. Okay, so here we go.
Guys, could be, but
Playing. They weren't aggressive, and they said they looked like they were playing. They weren't aggressive, but they both sank. And if it's a learning behavior, let's pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they continue to learn. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Menacing. Look at that. That's a menacing sight. Beautiful creature. But no, I don't want to be on that boat. I want to see it again. Look at that. And like the scripture says, these things going to be in league with us. Let's just examine that real quick so I can close. Book of Job. What you mean by be in league? For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. A covenant, a treaty, an alliance. You know, you want to talk about just like Solomon was able to talk to the wilds. Solomon had the ability to talk to creatures, and you know we're gonna get this power back. You know, an alliance. A friendship, alliance, a friendship. This is a blessing that's coming for us. Just imagine, before we even leave here, we're going to be receiving gifts. You know, blessings. Covenant divine orders with signs and pledges. This is beautiful. You know? All right, so the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and Rocket Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Rocket Wakakadaz, Double Honor Sir Apostles Great Moonstone. All right, Elders GMS. Shalom.